Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is an episode that I am recording specifically for my brothers. And to my sister Samia, I am not ignoring my sisters, as you once said. I am specifically speaking to my brothers in this short episode. And what I want to talk to my brothers about is my sisters. And I'm also addressing my brothers who are living in the West. And I'm hoping my brothers in the Arab world and in Pakistan and in India and Bangladesh and Indonesia are viewing these, inshallah. But I am specifically speaking to Muslim brothers who are living in the West. Because some of us have been incredibly unfair. Especially, and I will include myself in that group, those of us who can hide in plain sight, who do not look like Muslims. And we living in a Western society that unfortunately, for whatever reason, which I'm not going to get into, some portion of our fellow citizens don't look at us positively. Yet my brothers, some of us, some of you, are being very hard on my sisters. And they are being very judgmental about our sisters needing to wear their hijab in public all the time. I am not going to get into the fiqh of the jurisprudence of how mandatory or otherwise the hijab is. This is not my discussion today. My discussion today is to my brothers who are unfortunately skirting the issue of hypocrisy a little bit. Because when one of our sisters wear her hijab, make that decision to wear her hijab and go out in public, she is wearing her Islam on her face. She is wearing her Islam all over her body. When she's driving her car, everybody knows she's a Muslim. When she walks into the supermarket, everybody knows she's a Muslim. When she's sitting at school, wherever she is, when she's walking in the park, she might as well be holding a 6-foot sign that says, "I am a Muslim woman." And I can tell my brothers and sisters, those of you who are not living in the West, this requires some significant courage. And unfortunately, a lot of my brothers don't have that courage because we hide in plain sight. If I walk outside here with my white beard and light skin and green eyes, not wearing a kufi, I can pass for any American. I don't have to declare my Islam when I am walking into a pharmacy requesting my medicine. I don't have to declare that I am a Muslim. I can hide my Islam. And unfortunately, many of my brothers do that. Yet when it comes to our sisters, they demand of them courage that my brothers do not have. There are many incidences, but I remember one particular incident that was very, very, very disturbing to me. Walking in one of the malls, and there was this Muslim brother, an Arab, I can tell you that, you can tell which part of the world he was from, with a little baby in a pram that they were pushing, he and his wife. And his wife was from head to toe a conservative Muslim. Head to toe. You name it, she did it. He, on the other hand, looked like, best description I'm gonna get is a rapper. Okay? He looked like a rapper. He was dressed in such a way that says, I am absorbing the entire popular culture of America, but I'm a man, I'm allowed to walk like this. That is not what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted from us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted from the man and the woman to be modest. If that person that I remember walked like this in a mall in his own country, he will not get away with it. Yet he comes here and he finds it within himself to accept Western culture for himself, and yet when it comes to his wife, she had to wear her Islam top to bottom. What I'm advocating here for is not for my sister to take off her hijab. I don't want anyone to understand this is what I'm saying. All I am saying is, you Muslim men living in the West, me included, we need to be very mindful of what it takes from our sisters to wear their hijab every time they open up their front doors and they walk out. They are displaying courage that you, my brothers, are not displaying. I'm not talking to everyone, but those of you I'm talking to know who you are. If you want to know what it is a sister does, go ahead and print a t-shirt that says, I am a Muslim, front and back, baseball cap that says, I am a Muslim, and I want you to go out and wear it for 1 week nonstop. Every time you walk out of your house, you wear it. Every time you're sitting in your car, you wear it. See how people will react to you, and when you come back a week later, decide how much criticism you are going to give our sisters who are being 100 times more courageous than we are. What I'm calling for is, for my brothers, is to give, 1, a little bit of understanding. Number 2, tons of respect for our sisters for what they are doing. Okay? And number 3, back off their backs. Back off them. Okay? My sisters are living a far tougher life in this country, in the West, than we are. Their pool of partners is much more limited than ours. Our choices are far wider than their choices. What is required of them in the West is far more than what is required of us. So brothers, back off and give the respect that is due to our sisters. For everyone who I have upset in this episode, I'm not going to apologize. I'm going to ask you to take that feeling that you have and channel it in the right direction and see if you are being fair to our sisters. With that, I'll ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant all of us patience. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant all of us, especially the men in our community, a little bit of more humility and a little bit of more respect. Walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.